Hello, guys. I haven't did a video in a while. I was sick for a little minute there, and I'm excited to be back with you guys. Okay, let's jump right into it. We're going into the first step, taking another look, and we admitted that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable, and you can't be in denial. We have to recognize if we are in control of our life or not. Sitting down, doing that inventory, that self inventory, ready to take a look at where we've been and where we're going. Um, Recognizing where the drugs or the behavior or whatever it is for you have taken you, how it has affected your life, your relationships, your workplace, missing appointments, not showing up for yourself and others, um, asking yourself, being honest, asking yourself a series of questions. And the most important part, are you ready to surrender to a new way of being, thinking, and living? And it is one day at a time. Um, and the spiritual principles that come along with this is honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, humility, and acceptance. Practicing those principles daily. It starts with admitting the truth to yourself. Um, and you have to practice basic, these basic principles every day. And all of the listeners on here, it may not be drugs or alcohol for you. It could be other things like gossip, uh, being irresponsible, um, being lazy, needing to do things and just putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. It could be a number of things. Only you know um, where and what needs to change in your life. I love these spiritual principles because it helps take me to take a deeper look at self, knowing that I cannot change anyone but me. And along this journey will come, the journey of life will come with trials, tribulation, experiences. And all of those things help you grow and have you to constantly look and practice the principles in your life, these spiritual principles in your life. And being honest with myself at all times. Sometimes I may tell myself half truths. And when I tell myself half truths, I get half the answer. I'm still stuck and there is no solution. Um, Not eventually you'll be able to not play victim anymore. I show up and I volunteer. And in showing up and volunteer for different things that go on in your life brings experience. It helps you to look at your life on a deeper level, helping you to recognize what you want and what you don't want. Um, Being humble, also being open mindedness, knowing that um, I don't have all the answers. Um, Listening to others, their experience, drifts, and hopes. Being willing to change, allowing the God my higher power to come into my life and show me how to live a better way. Um, Coming out of the old way of doing, being, and acting. Because we're heard me. We all have addictive behaviors. There's something in our life that needs to be looked at. There's something in our life that needs to be changed. Are you willing to change? Are you willing to be the best version of yourself? Are you willing to take the necessary steps in order to have a fulfilled life? Um, a life of honesty, a life of open mindedness, willing to do whatever it is in your life for you to be better. And I love the first step. I love all of them, but today we're focused on the first step. And I made some cards up a while ago pertaining to the spiritual principles. And I'm only going to talk about a few. I had to practice asking for help before I use people, places, or things. And as I said, it doesn't always, this is not all wrapped up in just the drug, it is behaviors. So this is the card that I made. Staying in the now. Because in staying in the now, sometimes not thinking, I can get too far ahead of myself. I can be in tomorrow, and tomorrow is not here yet. Acknowledge. Acknowledge when I need help. Acknowledge when I'm wrong. Acknowledge when I'm going off course. Pray every day. Prayer um, helps with persistence. Asking your higher power every day for help. Lead you and guide you. Believe in oneself. Keeping God first. All of that brings in balance. And I also learned to do self love. And on this road, it is who, what, why. Who has the problem? What is the problem? Why do I need constant change or constant reminders? How does it work? Uh, it works by following the leader, someone that has already experienced a lot. It can show you a new way. All right, service to others. And there's plenty more that I'm not going to go through this whole deck. I have some other cards that I would like to share. And this card right here is Innocence. And in this card, you see an old man with a childlike delight in the world. There is a sense of grace surrounding him, as if he is at home with himself and with what life has brought. He is content, um, trusting and knowing that God has his back. Um, he seems to be having a playful communication with the praying mantis that's on his finger. See the praying mantis that's on his finger? Um, as if two of them are the greatest friends. And Also, the pink flowers cascading his present around him represent a time of letting go, relaxation, and sweetness. They are a response to his presence, a reflection of his own qualities. The innocent that comes from a deep experience of life is childlike, but not childish. The innocent of children is beautiful, but ignorant. It will be replaced by mistrust and doubt as the child grows and learns that the world can be a dangerous and threatening place. But the innocence of life lived fully has a quality of wisdom and acceptance of the ever changing world of life. And that is true. Because we all had some horrific stories in our life, some horrific things that happened to us, some horrific things that we did to ourselves. You know, but to turn it all around and equate spiritual principles into your life and live this new way of life, you begin to get a better perspective on the experiences that you encounter, and now becoming one with your life. And you can take a look back. What don't kill you makes you stronger. The Master is the next card. Okay. The master is not a master over others, but a master of himself. His every gesture and his every word reflect his enlightened state. He has no private goals, no desire that anything should be other than the way it is. His disciples gather around him not to follow him, but to soak up his presence and be inspired by his example. That goes along with following the leader. In his eyes, they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence, they fall more easily into the silence of their own beings. The Master welcomes the disciples not because he wants to lead them, but because he has such to share. Together, they create an energy field that supports each unique individual and finding his or her own light. If you can find such a master, you are blessed. If you cannot, keep on searching. Learn from the teachers and the would-be masters and move on. I love it. And then the next card was the creator. The Zen master card has harnessed the energy of fire and is able to use it for creation rather than destruction. He invites us to recognize and participate with him in the understanding that belongs to those who have mastered the fires of passion without representing them or allowing them to get destructive and out of balance. He is so integrated that there is no longer any difference between who he is inside and who he is in the world outside. He offers this gift of understanding and inter- integration to all those who come to him. The gift of creative light that comes from the center of his being. The King of Fire tells us that anything that we undertake now with the understanding that comes from maturity will bring enrichment to our own lives and to the lives of others. Using whatever skills you have, whatever you have learned from your own life experience, it is time to express yourself. And the last one from that deck, turning in. The woman in this image has a faint smile on her face. If you look closely, you can see. In fact, she is just watching the antiques of the mind, not judging, not trying to stop them, not identified, just watching as if they were traffic on the road or ripples on the surface of a pond. And the antiques of the mind are slightly amusing as it jumps up and down and twists this way and that, trying to get your attention and seduce you into the game. To develop the knack of taking a distance from the mind is one of the greatest blessings. And blessings, it is what meditation is all about. Really not chanting a mantra or repeating an affirmation, but just watching as if the mind belongs to somebody else. You are ready to take this distance now and to watch the show without getting caught up in the drama. Indulge yourself in the simple freedom of turning in. whenever you can, and the knack of meditation will grow and deepen in you. I like it. Okay. Um, and also I'll pull some cards from Enchanted Oracle card. Storm fields. And uncomfortable chores are surrounding you. Things that you left unattended may be the cause of some conflict. Pent up energy needs release, just as a storm in nature must break. But these events occur when the electricity between opposing forces stirs things up and creates temporary disorder. Not all storms are destructive. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground and when the trees enabling seeds to be widely distributed and continuous growth to be ensured. Just remember that whatever is being stirred up inside you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine again and new growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little. Okay? And the next card was coming together. Something beautiful is being born in your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least, matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to quote it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form of the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time to reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. I love it, y'all. Hmm. Let go and let God show you, in other words. Then I pulled some cards from another oracle deck that I have. And you know how sometimes you may feel that you are not enough, always feeling like the outcast. But this card indicates you are enough. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what leads you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing the card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full blank woman need some truth. Do you need some truthful answers? And once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Hard work brings results. I love it. And then the next card, the end of a tough cycle approaches. And we're going to have cycles in our life. How hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is a reminder that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you are wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out at the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless with a love question. This card can be called to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, make a plan will help. If your personal life is trouble, prioritize it. Release control and trust God. Hmm. Whatever the situation is. Um, Then we give you a few cards from Sweet Ass Affirmation. I had a nice long break. I did nothing but rest. I was down for about 3.5 weeks, and I feel so much better. Thank God. When life gives me lemons, I paint them in gold. The universe will always test your temper. It's the natural order of things. We've all had those days where a bird drops a fresh squeezer on our heads. For every positive, there is a negative. You can either allow these sore dips to cripple you, or you can laugh like a raging lunatic. Take note of the lesson and use the experience as motivation to dominate moving forward. Be patient, be kind, be that weird freakishly happy maniac in the coffee shop. When life gives you lemons, paint those fuckers in gold, then feed them to the world. Have fun, laugh, just be yourself. Take that time for self-love, self-care, uh, loving you first at all times. I respect and honor my current work. It is important. It is an important step in the staircase to my visions. Mhm. Everything that you do it so you feel it. Do it with pride and honor. If you sling hot dogs on the corner, sling the hell out of those weenies with extra kraut and mustard. If you clean out porta potties at dinky music festivals, make those honey buckets shine like world-class diamonds. The happiest of hippies awaits your masterpiece. Your work currently supports your life and helps put food in your stomach. Be thankful for the foundation you have as you work toward the next step in your freedom quest. You cannot launch a rocket without a launch pad. Two more, please. Okay. I do not worry about petty bullshit. I show up, I hunt, I eat. Your distant ancestors didn't dick around worrying about how good they looked to the rest of the world. They were out hunting animals, battling enemies, and creating empires. They probably smelled like ass and were completely unaware that their descendants would gel their hair, shave their butts, and implant body parts to impress each other. Quit focusing on the surface and do what needs to be done in the core to survive and advance. The future depends on you. Mhm. The best experience of my past shall be the worst of my future. You are heating up. You are flaming hot. You are 360 slam dunking on all resistant gremlins that stand in your way. Your focus is escalating. Your mind is a factory of awareness. Each night you rest as a stronger, smarter, happier, and more meaningful person than you were at any other time in your life. May the best moments of your past be the worst of your future. And have some more little affirmations. All right. The more I trust in life, the better things turn out. Let's see if you can see that. I let go of the past. I trust in the future and I accept the present moment. Forgiveness helps me to let go and move on with my life, opening up to new and loving experiences. The universe is always helping me, sometimes in unexpected ways. Yep. Okay. And the next thing I have for you is find the beauty within. Call in what you want and let your light shine. All right. And you can say these with me. I am love. I am power. I am brave. I am pure joy. I am peace. I am loving. I am a wonderful mother. I am wonderful. I am a beautiful daughter, grandmother, aunt, sister. Um, I love my family and friends. I love the universe. The universe is in me. I am the universe. I am prosperous. I am a trillionaire. I am a loving wife. I am hope. I am a breath of fresh air. I am air, of course. I am healing water. I am a butterfly. I am a lion. I am passion and passionate. I am free. Okay. Attitude of gratitude. Um, I thank God for everything I've been through, for helping me to see what I don't need, helping me to find myself again, for trusting myself and never doubting my intuition, paying attention to the red flags in every area in my life. Thank you for life challenges and experience that came my way, helping me to remember who I am. Never beg for people to stay in your life. Turning my attention to loving myself first, keeping my energy high, vibrated, being careful for who I let in my life, reaching for my highest potential, tapping into my higher self, giving thanks for everything, and having faith. Those are some other things that came out as I was meditating. I've asked two for two spirit animals that you could be like. The first spirit animal that came to mind was be like a horse. A horse will always tell you the 100% truth about what they are feeling inside. The other spirit animal was the lion. The lion is associated with honesty, in part due to a lack of duplicity in its communication. It is also associated with integrity. So those were your messages for the day. Again, the first step, um, practicing honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, humility, and acceptance is key to the first step. Also, surrender. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. Set a comment if you would like. See you in the next video. Appreciate you guys. Love and light.